So today we are talking about free event websites on TicketSignup. And this is going to be more of a workshop, so I'm actually going to go through like building out a website. And we're going to break it down into like 3 different buckets. So the first one is like, how do you create a website with 2 minutes of effort, which is good. Like just use our free websites out of the box. Every single event on our platform gets a free event website. So how can you use it with the bare minimum customizations, but still have a full event website? And the next bucket will be our 5 to 10 minutes spent on customizing your website. So we'll go through the basics there. And then if you want to spend a bit more time really building out your site, we'll show some special features and different ways that you can use them to like highlight sponsors, have a dynamic list of your other events that are on the platform. So why does TicketSignup give every single event a free event website, and why would you want to use it? So we want to feature your brand and not TicketSignups on these free event websites. Your brand is the thing that has value, not TicketSignups. And so we'll go through some of these examples and you'll get to see that they are fully customizable. You never see TicketSignup, you're just seeing the event or the organization's brand. These websites, they're automatically optimized for mobile and SEO. We do some additional calendar listings through our affiliate program. And so your event site gets posted on additional websites. And we do a lot of stuff behind the scenes that you may not be able to do on your own website, because we do work with over 30,000 events each year, and we want to make sure all these events are discoverable online. The third reason is this is purpose-built for events. And so things like designing the website to encourage people to buy tickets, like that is the main focus of these websites. Whereas other sites, you might have other design capabilities or things, but they're not purpose-built for events. And they don't have all the bells and whistles that you would want for an event. Our free event websites are data-driven, so it's connected to the information in your dashboard. So if, for example, you change a price or you update a date, you're only doing that update in a single place. And then your website's automatically getting those updates because it's connected to the dashboard and the place where you're controlling all the information about your event. You can either customize this and really make it your own, or you can just use it out of the box and you don't have to put any effort into this, and you can X out of this in just a few minutes if you're not interested in fully customizing your event website. You can also fast track your event website setup when you have multiple events, because we allow you to copy ticket events, and that's going to let you bring over the branding as well as the content, and it just makes it really, really simple for you to update the specific event details if you have a bunch of events that you're doing. And then finally, all of this is free, so we don't charge for any of these features. You don't have to pay to do anything. Even if you just have a free ticket event, you get every single free feature that you're seeing here today. And then what you're going to see, I didn't finish filling this out, but I'm going to be having 2 windows open today. So one is going to be our ticket sign up window and where we're going to be building out our event website. And then I'm also going to have another window where I've got a bunch of other tools open. And so the 2 primary ones are Canva and ChatGPT. I'm also going to be using an image color picker so that I can customize theme colors more quickly. And I'm also going to be grabbing some stuff from YouTube and other ticket events. So let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to start just going through some ticket website examples so you can see how customers are using this. This is Runway for Hope. I think this is a really, really creative website. They've got great branded colors, and they have an event where they're actually doing seating charts. So they are including that map of their seating chart on their website with a custom page there. Really nice branding with a matching banner theme. This is a really simple out-of-the-box type of a website where they haven't done a ton of additional customizations. This is the 10. It's put on by Sound Running. It's a big track meet out in California with professionals. It's very cool. And so you'll see here that they have just added their logo. They used one of our standard themes that's kind of out of the box, and they've added a banner image. But this is still really clear what people are doing. You've got that sticky call to action button, you have your ticket tile, your event description, and they've also gone in here and added their links to social media. So it's a more simple website, but out of the box, they have this content automatically displayed for them, and they've taken the time to add a few images to really convey what this event is about. This is the Tarhee Bluegrass Festival, and they use this as their ticketing portal. So you'll see here that they've got a menu item to go back to their resort website, because they're a big resort. They obviously have their own site, and they're just using this for ticketing. But you'll see that they've chosen to lay this out in a very different way than the last couple that we looked at. So you can purchase festival packages. They have all their different ticket types with really big descriptions. These tickets are higher priced. They're selling weekend passes, camping reservations. And so they're really leveraging this site to lay out all that information. And then they also include some more details about the event. So you'll see that they're making it really clear, answering any questions attendees might have, because this is a very large event, by including those details right on the website. And you'll see that they're using a mix of like different columns. They have a lot of different formatted images to highlight the different options here. So this is a really nice example. This is the lineup of their music. Really basic website, Gen X Takeover in New Orleans. They're actually using one of our default banner images, and you can see here that they've got the little highlights on the different show options to emphasize the different times, and they've added a little countdown clock here. This is a comedy show, and this is one of the nice things about our email or our websites that's connected to free email marketing. You can actually customize how you want this pop-up to look. You can customize that banner, the call to action, but this allows you to collect additional email addresses for people who aren't quite ready to buy tickets right away. And you'll see here that this is for different comedians, and just using like different options on the ticket tiles to highlight the different options there. Harpoon Brewery does a variety of races as well as their festivals on TicketSignup. And this is their Harpoon Fest, so it's very St. Patrick's theme. They use these as a full event website. So you'll see here that they actually post the band schedule. They're using images along with the different bands that are going to be playing. And they're also recruiting people to work at the event. So they need people to pour beers at the festival. And so they're able to use the website to do that, as well as feature a variety of images. This is an admissions website. So this is using TicketSignup's new patent pending MTE timed entry ticketing. And so they have a calendar, and you can pick the date when you want to attend. You'll see that this is branded, and they're using this custom favicon. It's a little leaf here. This is their wine festival. And so you'll see that they have the ability to do this consistent event branding across the variety of events that they do each year. But based on which event type it is, this is just a single one-day event with simple general and VIP tickets. It has a different layout here, but they've still got that consistent branding for their nonprofit. And then this is an example that I just created, but this is another MTE timed entry, just a haunt example. And you'll see here that these are slightly different. They use a lot more calendars to highlight like the different options, and this is all data driven and fully customizable. My final example before we move on to setting up our own ticket event is the Hoboken Mac and Cheese Festival. Very creative colors and imagery of mac and cheese, but I wanted to point out here that they are using a custom domain. So TicketSignup allows you to add, and we will host for free any domain or subdomain, so that branding isn't just limited to the design and content of your page. You can also use your own domain rather than having TicketSignup.io as your domain. But to get started, you can go to TicketSignup.io and you can create your event, and that's going to take you into the wizard. So the event that we're going to set up today together is a Lobster Fest that is going to happen in July. So this is just the first step of the wizard. I've already gone ahead and set up our tickets. We're just going to have a general and a VIP ticket, and you'll see we have a price increase set up here. We just released this morning a new step that's called website options, and this is where you can start customizing your website. And there are 3 different things you're going to be able to do in the wizard right now. The first is upload a banner image. And so I like to use Canva for all of my images. I know they still have a free one. I think that paying for this is a worthwhile upgrade. I've started a little project here, and you can see that I went ahead and created a Lobster Fest banner. I'm not a great artist, but it is what it is. And then you can just download this. One of the things you'll notice everywhere that you can upload an image is that we generally will suggest a pixel size if one is required or recommended. And so for this banner image, we're going to be doing 24 by 800 pixels, which is what you can do in Canva, and I'll show that in a bit. But you will just go ahead and pick that banner image. You can zoom in, zoom out. But there we go. We have our banner image. Now we have to upload a logo. So I'm going to create a logo, and I would just create it with a custom size. Logos are going to be featured in a variety of square and circular places. So you want to do a square design for your logo. So I just chose 400 by 400 here. I don't have one right now out of the box. But one of the things that's nice in Canva is I can pick a recently used style. So it's got the same color theming as this banner image that I created. And then if I go here, I can look at my recently used elements, and I'm going to just grab that same lobster that I have on my banner. And I'm going to customize that. And again, download. And I only have one image on there, so we'll do that. We'll do 2 little lobsters on this one. Canva has a rule where you have to have more than one of their design elements in order to make it unique. So there we go. We've got our logo right there. And then we're able to choose from one of these color schemes. I'm just going to choose this one. We only offer a few. We're going to offer more in the future, and then you'll be able to add your own custom theme, which will be our 5 to 10 minute website option. So I'm going to save and continue, and then I'm just going to show how I want to get paid. And we can go ahead, and this is our website out of the box. You'll notice that by default, we show this Lobster Fest, this dynamic text on top of this image. And so if I were going to only spend 2 minutes, and again, we're still in that 2-minute frame, I would come here to homepage banner, and you have a variety of options for how this displays. But I'm including these details of where my Lobster Fest is happening and what date it's happening on. So I'm going to hide this dynamic data. And then I'm going to choose the stacked layout, and I'm going to save that, and then we can just go here and refresh, and that's all I needed to do to make that really pop. And so I think, in general, this website looks pretty decent out of the box. So this is what I would recommend if I only wanted to spend 2 minutes designing a website. I would create my banner and my logo in Canva. I would upload them in the wizard. I would choose whichever theme color I want. And then I would go to homepage banner settings in the dashboard, which you land on from the wizard, and I would customize it so that I can clearly see my banner. So that's how I would spend 2 minutes. If I were going to spend a few additional minutes, this is what I would do. There are a lot of options where you can customize your theme here. One of the things that I see a lot of events liking to do is change that sign up button. That is the default one on here. I'm going to keep this over here. And I'm going to change that sign up call to action to buy tickets. And you can make additional wording changes that you want, but that's going to change that call to action here as well as here on the page. So just making that update in one place updates it in those others. The next thing I would do is I would change the color scheme to have something that's a little bit more custom and branded based on my event. And this site is called imagecolorpicker.com, but you can just Google search for like image hex color code from image. But what you can do is you can click use your image and you can upload. And so I like just uploading the banner that I have, because what it lets you do is hover on top of the different colors in the images and content of that banner image. And then you can come here and you can quickly update so that this all matches. So I want that red, I want this blue, and you get a quick description of where these colors are going to display on your website. So you might want to, pick a different order, but we're good with this one. Let's get this nice yellow over here. And you'll see I'm just quickly typing in exactly what it says on this hex color code. And then I'm going to pick one of these lighter blues. And this just gives me a variety of colors that I'm going to be able to apply to some of these different components. And the nice thing about having a color scheme is it does keep your website very cohesive and on brand as you continue to add more content to it. And so you'll see here that that red mobile optimized button to buy tickets is now matching my logo and my banner image, and it just looks a little bit more pulled together and on brand. The other thing that I really like on the logo is you can actually update the custom favicon here, and you can just use the same image that you have for your logo. I recommend keeping it as simple as possible so that that kind of stays on brand. And then you'll see up here my tab, it's now showing that lobster rather than the TicketSignup logo. So just a very quick, simple update that you can make and has a big impact. We have some default menu items that are just best in practice pages to have on your site. One of those is the ticket lookup. This lets people who already purchased their tickets resend their confirmation emails, manage their tickets, and more. You'll see here that there's this banner. You can customize what that looks like. So you can go here. You can actually add a background image. So maybe we could add buoys here, or we can just simply disable this banner and not show it at all. And so when we refresh, we're hiding that banner entirely. But again, you can play around with that, and we give you a lot of flexible options for what type of data you want to show there, etc. This social media is just where you're going to put your different social links. You can do whichever ones you want, and then that will appear in the component to feature your social media links in different places on the site. So finally, let's go into the website builder. So this is our website, and this is our website builder. And the website builder is a point-and-click template builder that makes it really easy to add and rearrange the content on your website. So this is the content that we are currently seeing displayed here. And we can add additional information. And we can also do really simple things, just like centering these different things. So this is the event description, and we can customize just by centering, changing the titles on these things. So you'll see here that's been moved to the center, and now we see about Lobster Fest. We can come in here and we can actually add different components. So we can do, countdown to the fest, apply settings, and save. And now we have this dynamic data, again, that's pulling from our start date of July 1st at 11 a.m. And so by using this event website, we're able to add these different components and elements that are driven by the information that we put in when we created our event. And they're just going to dynamically update in real time as changes occur. And then it's just easy to add. You don't have to build anything. You're not paying for a whole website or anything. One of the other things I wanted to show is that you can easily add additional sections to your website. So you can add like a 1 column and 2 columns. One of the things that's really nice with Canva, excuse me, is you can add additional images. So if I want to create a new image for my website, I can just come in here and I can really quickly search like lobsters, and I can grab different images and quickly add them to my site. And again, we're just going to keep my little logo so that I've got various elements and branding throughout, and I can download that. And then I'm going to be able to go ahead here and add an image. So I can upload my own image here, which we just created one, and I want to show that. I have different options for how I can display this image. So I can display it as a full size, a half size. I can center it. I can organize it into one of my albums. And so I'm updating that image, and I've got that here. And then over here, I'm going to search for a YouTube video, and I'm going to feature a YouTube video about my event. So we're just going to grab this one. I'm just going to copy that URL and paste it into here. And it's automatically, I just pasted the whole URL, it's grabbing that ID, and it takes that featured image right from YouTube. And so we go into here and we refresh, and now we're seeing that additional content here. And so if I were just spending 5 to 10 minutes, that's kind of what I would do. The other thing that you could do, and I would recommend trying to get done in the first 5 to 10 minutes, is adding some FAQ stuff. So you can add this as a drop down. We'll call this more info, actually. We'll call the drop down more info, and we'll customize this page, and we're going to call it FAQ. So if you were doing a real event, you would want to put in your own information. I, however, am fabricating this. And so what I've done is I'm using ChatGPT. I upgraded to the Pro version because I think it's worthwhile. I'm paying like 20 bucks a month. And what it allows you to do is create these projects. And what you can do is you can ask ChatGPT how you want it to behave. And so in this case, I've asked it to be a marketer for a Lobster Fest event. And I want it to use language that's engaging yet concise, lobster themed, and includes emojis. And so I went through that, and I actually went back and forth with it a bit in order to get my event description. So now we're going to ask it to create an event FAQ page with key information for my website. And obviously this isn't going to be factual, and you would actually want to have your real information. But what it will do is just put out a bunch of content. If you wanted to like update an FAQ from an existing site that you have, you could put in that website into here. I don't know why this is taking a long time. I broke ChatGPT. So maybe that's not a good example for ChatGPT there. I don't know why this is down. Anyway, we'll just do this the old-fashioned way. So we can add an event FAQ page, and we can just add our text here. So is there parking? Yes, there is $10 parking on site. Can I bring my dog? Yes, pets are welcome. And so you can easily, bold that And you can just include this information. And the reason to include an FAQ page on your site is that it does provide information that you can direct your attendees to if they have any of these common questions, and you can just continue to extend this as new questions come up. Can kids come? Yes. And you can just continue to update this. It's really, really simple, and this will add additional FAQ here. And you can continue to build out this drop down as time goes on. And that just lets you direct people to a site where they can find answers to their common questions. You can grab this text to respond to emails that people send. And yeah, it's just easier. People might be looking at your site and they can click here to find more info, and they can start navigating that. So that is what I would do for my 5 to 10 minute website. So I would customize those additional things, and then I would play around, start adding an FAQ page, add a little bit of content to my site, and you have a more built out website that is branded for your event. If I were spending a bit more time on this, so like 15 or more minutes, I would add some additional customizations. So one of these might be thanking my sponsors. And so I'm going to put them on their own page here and apply settings. And I'm going to create a new section. And this is going to let me highlight my different sponsors. And Johanna just put out a great blog on our site about how you can feature sponsors. And there's different approaches that you can take to this. But I'm going to show you how I would build this out using one of our design components called cards. And so cards let you feature an image with text as well as a URL. And so I've gone ahead and I have created a few sponsors ahead of time. And so what we're going to do is feature these sponsors. So we can do that, and we can actually link them to a URL. We'll just link everything to TicketSignup here, but you would put in the sponsor's URL here, and you can open the link in a new window so that it opens a new tab. And you can go and you can add your other sponsors here. And we'll just go through and add a few of these so that you can get a sense of what it looks like on your site. And for making these images, I used Canva, and otherwise you could just, grab them from the actual sponsor's website. And we'll paste in that same URL, but you would paste in the unique URLs if you were doing this on your own site. And you can do this. It's not the fastest, but one of the things that is really nice when you are adding these images is that you have an image gallery. And so the image gallery lets you grab existing images that you have previously uploaded from other events. So if you have the same set of sponsors across other events, you could actually grab their logos by going into that event and getting the sponsor logos. For this specific use case, though, I'm just finding it pretty fast and easy to upload these logos. And you'll see that we do recommend a certain pixel size, 350 by 150, but in general, you just want to keep these consistent so that they have that same size and dimension. A great way to do that is by uploading these sponsor logos first into Canva and putting them into the same custom sized dimension so that you can easily just replace them and get new ones. So you'll see here that this was how I did it. I just had the same 350 by 150, and I just added new designs for each of those. But anyway, we've added all these sponsors here. We can click thank you and save, and then we'll go back to our website and refresh it, and we have a sponsors page, and now we have our sponsors here. And I forgot to link these two, but what you'll see is when you hover over them, you're able to open up a new window. So that would go to like the brewery's website or Bubbles Washing Machine's website. And so this is a nice creative way that you can do your sponsors. And if you have tiered sponsors, you can use different text options to segment them out based on the level. And then you can also recruit new sponsors. So you can, add additional text here, like interested in sponsoring the Lobster Fest, contact us today. And one of the nice things that you can do is you can actually add a contact form directly in here. I'm going to delete that, but you can customize it. And I can have a special email here. So I can do sponsors at lobsterfest.com. And I can have people that submit this specific form, their requests go to my sponsor rather than to the event director. So that you can leverage these different components in really creative ways. So I can go there and then we can collect more sponsor questions and provide more information here. We also have other events that'll like set up a separate page or separate website for their sponsors, or they'll sell sponsorships right on their site. So it just depends how you want to set this up, but the website lets you set this up in a variety of ways. The other thing that I would do if I were spending 15 or more minutes is I would add our, I guess I would call it like upcoming events. You can play around with what you're going to call these things, but let's add a new upcoming events page. And what I'm going to add here is a component called the event list. So the event list lets you show other events that you have coming up. And so this is one of the components that we're working on updating so that it's more automated and automatically lets you show all the events with your payment account. Right now, if you want to use the event list, you can open up your other event dashboards in your TicketSignup, and you can go to the URL and there's a number at the end. And what you're going to do is just double click that number and copy it. And we're going to paste these in here. And you just separate the different IDs with a comma. And so this is a bit manual at first, but what we're going to be able to get from doing this is a dynamic event list. And what that means is it's going to show the dates of these events. And if you make any changes, that event list is automatically going to reflect those changes. So like if I change an event date or something, and then it's also going to move my upcoming events into a past events tab once the event has occurred. I think I just have extra spaces here. We'll go and update that and save it. And then on our Lobster Fest, if we go to upcoming events, I don't know why that didn't work. I think I need the space maybe. Sorry, this is the risk with doing a live demo. I'll save that. And I think I just have, oh, these events are all private, so that's my issue. We do not show any private events. If it's private, it's not going to actually show on the event list. And so I'll just make these public for the time being so we can see data there. It's a good one to know. So it might just take a second for it to sync, but it doesn't list any events that are private, which is a good feature to have. But once those changes get synced, that this is now a public event, this should update in the next couple of minutes to show all those public events that are coming up. Finally, I wanted to show that you can actually move around this menu. And so you'll see here that we show these like default ticket menu items. And so you might want to change some of these, or you might want to just remove them entirely. And so I'm going to actually delete this by tickets. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to rename info page to home. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the contact us here, and I'm going to add that into my dropdown. And so what I can do here is I can, I actually have the contact us in a different place now. I'm going to just actually show adding an external link. So we can go back to, we can link to our main website and we can put in a custom URL here. And we'll open that link in new tab and we'll save that. And again, we'll see that refreshed menu here. And we'll go click on main website and that takes us back to our main website. So if you are linking to this event website from main website and you want to redirect people back there, that is one way you're able to do it. So that is kind of a quick overview of some of these different features that are available in TicketSignup's website builder. Again, like there's a lot of stuff that you can play around with. You can kind of just endlessly do this and continue to make style updates and show different dynamic content. But this is a quick overview of how you can start playing around with the website builder. You can add your own images, you can customize the menu, add your own content. I don't recommend completely relying on ChatGPT at this point because it does go down, as I found out during this live demo. But ChatGPT is great for content generation. And then using Canva to create images is very useful for having a branded event website. And then using just free online tools to find your theme color, like this image color picker, so that you can have a fully branded site is really, really useful, because it doesn't take much effort to customize a website. It's completely free. And once I've customized this, if I want to, create next year's event, I can just copy this one and I've got all this content that's going to be automatically brought over. So I'm not necessarily having to start from scratch for every single event. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up. Any questions, Johanna, that we should go through before we end this?
I don't see any right now that we have an answer, so I think you're good.
Cool. Yeah, stay tuned to our blog. We're continuing to put out new features for websites so that you can add additional content. We have our MTE websites where you can actually add a ton of responsive and dynamic calendars, perfect for bookings, admissions, holiday light shows, and haunts. And we are going to continue building out this component library over time, as well as improving the event list so it's automatically detecting the other events that you own so that you can display that and cross-promote your events. Thank you for joining, and we will be putting out more information about websites shortly. Thank you.